so for this tutorial I'm going to be using my scissors, my stitch marker, my size 4mm hook and my yarn. So for this project I'm going to be working with two panels, the left and the right panel. So the two panels are going to be identical, so whatever you do for the left panel is the same thing you're going to do for the right panel. So to get started, I'm going to start by making a chain of 55. So I have a total of 55 chains. Now I'm going to chain one and go into the first stitch with one double crochet. So I'm just going to put one double crochet in each of the chains. Now I've come to the end of the row and I did one double crochet in each stitch. For the second row, I'm going to chain one and turn over. From here on, I'll be working with the back loop of each stitch. So I'll be putting one double crochet into the back loop of each stitch. So you're just going to continue this until you get to the end of the row, then chain one and continue with what you did for row 2. So you're just going to continue this till you have the amount of rows you want for your panel, and then I'll show you what to do next. So just keep on working one double crochet in the back loop of each stitch till you have the length or the amount of rows you want. So now I'm done with both panels and I did a total of 40 rows for both panels because they're both identical. What I did now is I just marked off where I wanted the sleeves to be, the cuff of the sleeves to be. So this is going to be open, so you can close it up if you want, or you can do it the way I did, but I just want this area to be open, so I just marked off 15 stitches and joined the two ends together, which I did for the other panel. So now what I'm going to do is, this might get a bit confusing, I'm going to place these two ends together. So I'm going to use my stitch marker to mark off the front. So what I'm going to do now is I'm taking these two front panels and I'm just going to join them. So I'm going to mark off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches in the front and mark off 6 stitches at the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the 6th stitch. I'm going to use my stitch marker to join the two stitches together. The two stitches together. And then take my stitch marker again, mark off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the 6th stitch, and then join it. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the back. So take your stitch marker again and mark off 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then join. So now this is what it looks like. What I'm going to do next is take my yarn and So I'm going to take my yarn and join it at this end where my stitch marker is. So make sure you're doing this at the back where you have your seam. So this is going to be the back. So now I'm just going to like join my yarn. So now I've tied my yarn up where the stitch marker is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put one single crochet in each stitch. Now you can remove the stitch marker so it's not in the way. So you're only using the stitch marker to hold these two ends so that you can join them. What you can do is you can join this and cut your yarn, but instead of just joining it and cutting my yarn, I'll just go around the whole project with one single crochet. So I'm just going to be putting one single crochet in each stitch till I get to this end where my other stitch markers are. So now I've gotten to this other end where my stitch markers are. So now I've gotten to this other end where my stitch markers are. So I'm just going in with one single crochet. Now you're going to make sure you're going through both stitches with one single crochet because you're trying to join the two panels together. So going into both stitches with a single crochet. You can just remove the stitch marker. Now continue with one single crochet along the rest of the stitches till you get back to the beginning of the row or till you get to the end of the row. Now I'm done going around with one single crochet in each stitch, and this is what the sweater is looking like. Now we're going to work on the neck. So for the neck, what you're going to do is after you're done going around with one single crochet in each stitch, you can also go around again with one more row of single crochet. It all depends on you, but I'm not going to do that. So we're going to work on the turtleneck, and for the turtleneck, I'm going to start by making a foundation chain of the length I want for my turtleneck. So I'm going to make a total of 25 because that's the length I want for my turtleneck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have a total of 25 chains for the foundation chain, which is long enough for me to fold if I want to fold the neck. So you can make it longer or shorter. It all depends on how many rows. It all depends on the length you want for the neck. So now for the first row, I'm going to go into each stitch with one single crochet. With one double crochet. So just continue with one double crochet till you get to the end. Now I've come to the end of the chain. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to slip stitch in the next stitch. So I'm slip stitching in the next stitch to close up the round. To start a new round, I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch. So I'm doing this slowly because I notice like a lot of people don't really understand when I'm doing this part. So I slip stitched. Let me do it again. So after coming to the end of the chain, you're going to slip stitch into the next available stitch. To start up a new round, you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, turn over. Now just continue with one double crochet, but I'm going to be working with the back loop, so I'm just putting one double crochet in the back loop of each stitch. I've come to the end of the row. I'm going to chain one, turn over, and put one double crochet in the back loop of each stitch. So just continue with one double crochet in the back loop of each stitch till we get to the end of the row, where I'm going to explain this part one more time. So one double crochet in the back loop of the next stitch. Now I've come to this end, I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch to close up the round, and then slip stitch into the next stitch to start up a new round. So it means you'll be slip stitching twice anytime you come to this end. Slip stitch once to close up the round, and then slip stitch into the next stitch to start up a new round. Turn over and just continue with one double crochet in the back loop of each stitch. So now I'm just going to continue with this till I'm done going around the hole, and then we'll work on the cuff of the sweater. Now I'm done going around the neck with one double crochet in each stitch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to join the two sides together, which I already started doing. So I'm just joining the two sides together with a single crochet. So now I've come to the end of the row, and I just finished joining the two sides together. So this is what the neck looks like. So now I'm going to work on the cuff of the sleeves. So for the sleeves, I already did one, so I'm going to do the other one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie my yarn at any end of my choice. So now that I've tied my yarn, I'm going to make a chain of 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have my 30 chains, and you can make it longer or shorter depending on how long you want the cuff of the sleeves to be, but I have a total of 30 chains. Now I'm going to chain one and put one single crochet in the chain stitches. So I'm just repeating what I did for the turtleneck, but the only difference is I'm working with single crochet instead of double crochet. Now I've come to the end of the row. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch to close up the round, and then slip stitch into the next stitch to start a new round. Turn over. Now just continue with one single crochet, but you're going to be putting single crochet in the back loop so you can have a ribbed line. So I'm just putting one single crochet in the back loop of each stitch. So just continue with this till you get to the end of the row. Now I've come to the end of this row. I'm going to chain one and turn over. Now just continue with one single crochet in the back loop of each stitch till you get to this end, where I'm going to explain one last time how to do this part. So one single crochet in the back loop of each stitch. Come to the end of this row. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch into the next available stitch to close up the round, and then slip stitch into the next available stitch to start a new round. So I'm slip stitching twice, one to close up the round and slip stitching into the next stitch to start a new round. Now turn over and continue with one single crochet in the back loop of each stitch. So you're going to continue with this till you're done going round, where you're now going to join the two ends together. So just continue this till you're done going around the whole with one single crochet. So I'm done with the top, and this is what it looks like. So these are the cuff, and this is the turtleneck. So that's it for this tutorial. If there's any question or there's anything you don't understand, you can always leave a comment down in the comment section, and I will definitely reply.